I beat Pantheon 5 a couple weeks ago, and that got me thinking, what are my favorite and least favorite bosses in the entire game? So here are my thoughts on every single Hollow Knight boss, and a tier list at the end. Hope you enjoy. A little disclaimer, I was a bit inconsistent in what I did and didn't count as a boss, primarily because I was not able to get footage for all of them, and adding footage in now would be a bit of a nightmare. So, just give me some grace for that if you would.
Brooding Malek. This is a really annoying fight. It's really easy late game, and when you do it early game, it's actually kind of hard. I remember one time in the save, I went to this as the first boss, and I got so cooked. It was painful. Really annoying boss, never really liked it. It is funny in Godhome in Pantheon 5 though, because it has the Tiso joke, but otherwise, I just do not like this boss. False Knight. It's a great first boss. When you don't have experience and you're just starting out the game, it's actually kind of difficult. But as you go on, once you actually get good at the game, I can do this fight without letting him do any damage to me or even do any of his attacks. So, it's really too easy. But Fail Champion, if you're going for a hard boss but like the same boss, then Fail Champion is great. I think it's a great addition. I love False Knight. Awesome fight. Hornet. This is an amazing fight. I feel like it's interesting because it's your sister, and so you kind of feel almost equal with them, or her. It's just kind of an interesting fight. I like how you get to play as Hornet in Silksong. I like how it's just a interesting balance. It feels equal. It feels fair. It feels like a duel. Massive Moss Charger. Do I even need to say anything? It's barely a boss. You just swing your sword a little bit when it does one attack and you instantly beat it. Annoying fight, nothing good to say about it. Fluke Marm. Ugh. It's just really annoying. There's really no strategy. It's either too hard when you first start because you can't do enough damage before it starts spawning annoying minions, or it's too easy because you do all the damage before it does any of its attacks. It's just really annoying, yucky, gross. I hate it. No things to say about it. Mantis Lords. One of my friends find this fight really repetitive, and I'm like, yeah, it is. That's the best part. It's a really fun fight. I feel like it's very smooth, and once you get it down, once you get the rhythm, you just dominate this fight. It's very satisfying. And Sisters of Battle is even better. Oblobbles. I do not like these guys. There's really no strategy. They just kind of... It's chaos. Just shoot random blobs and you have to dodge random blobs. There's no real, like, reasonable telegraphing. You just kind of have to dodge every attack. It's just annoying. I don't like it. Troop Master Grimm. This is one of my favorite fights in the entire game. The music is so good. It feels like a dance. He feels almost respectful towards you in the fight, but at the same time, he seems like he's holding back his power. And that is great because it leads up to Nightmare King Grimm, which I'll touch on later. Hive Knight. This guy's kind of interesting. I do like him. It's hard to describe why. His music is great. I like the Hive. I like how it's just kind of this whole secret area. I feel like it's a good balance between difficult and easy. It's a good middle ground. If you beat this guy, you get Hive Blood, which is a great charm, especially for White Palace. I've never done White Palace without Hive Blood. Broken Vessel. This is a kind of slow fight, at least in the way it actually moves around. Like, it waddles around and there's a lot of space between attacks. I feel like it's good for healing and is a great mid-game boss, but for late game, it's just really easy. I do kind of like the aesthetic of this boss, how slow it is, and how it almost seems clumsy, like it's a zombie, like it's reanimated, which it is. Nosk. This fight is really cool, except it isn't. Everything but the actual combat against the boss is well designed. The way you find him, the kind of spooky feel, and then the amazing theme, it's amazing. But at the same time, the boss itself is stinky. You just walk into a wall the whole time, and you can basically... You don't need to move at all. You can just swing your sword upwards whilst walking into a wall, and bam, you win. You beat the fight. The Collector. This is an annoying fight. He just drops blobs of the most annoying enemies in the game at you, and then spends most of the time up on the screen where you can't find him. The rest of the time he spends jumping around. It's impossible to hit him. He does have some interesting lore though, seeing as he's made of the void, but otherwise I have nothing good to say about this fight. God Tank. This is an interesting fight because it's two enemies. One of them's really easy, one of them's really hard, and you kind of have to focus on one or the other. And if you kill the big guy first, then that ends the fight, but he's harder to kill. So it kind of leaves you with an option, and it's just an interesting fight. Not my favorite, but it's not a bad one. Crystal Guardian. This was the first optional fight I ever did in my first save. I was stuck on him for a while, but that was because I was really bad. It's a fun fight. I like the fact that I think just the lasers are cool, and that the whole crystal lore is kind of interesting. You can do an amazing but kind of game-breaking cheese with the shape of Uncharm, as it allows you to shrink your hitbox and just heal underneath his lasers, making it really too easy. Umu, just die. Without Quarrel, it's just pointless. I hate this fight. Quarrel is awesome. With Quarrel, I'm fine with it. It's okay. But then without Quarrel, it is just so bad. Just die. Go die, Umu. Go die. Traitor Lord. It's a mid-fight. I really don't have anything good to say about it, but nothing bad either. Except for Cloth. If you decide to have Cloth help you, it makes it super cinematic and cool. Soulmaster. This guy's really cool. I struggled so hard on him the first time. He's kind of easy, honestly. I like the arena. I like how he looks and how it just feels like frenzied and crazy, like he is. And the fact that there's a, spoiler alert, a secret phase after like you get the spell he drops, I think it's a really nice touch. It threw me off when I was doing on my Xbox save. I was so annoyed, but I think it's a really fun fight. Dung Defender. How could this not be S tier? He's awesome. He's Ogre. He's Dung Defender. Like, I barely need to explain this. He just jumps on the screen, goes Doma, 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 and then he's just awesome. S tier. White Defender. I already touched on Dung Defender, but I feel like this guy deserves its own tier. I like the fact that he gives 5 Knight lore. I like the 5 Knights. I don't know why. I think they're just really cool, and I want more about them. And I like this guy provides some lore on them. Watcher Knights. This is actually, I feel like, an underrated fight. It's really fun because it's chaotic, but not like bad chaos. It's an interesting kind of chaos. It promotes spell usage, which is not really done in many of the other bosses. Like the nail isn't the primary way you should hurt them. You should be using your spells a lot. It's really hard if you do it mid to early game, but if you do it late game, it's pretty easy and pretty reasonable. But I like that choice because it means, like, if you're really good at the game, you can do it as soon as you get access to Lurien the Watcher. But if you don't, and you save it, it's actually really nice to do it with more preparedness. Really good fight. Marmo. This guy's annoying, but he's kind of funny because he's like a frog and he makes goofy noises. I really don't get mad when I beat him. He's just funny. I really like the fact that if you use Abyss Shriek, he just melts in like 2 seconds. Really easy if you do it right, really hard if you don't. Not especially good boss. Zero. I don't know why I like this fight. I just do. He's cool, and it sounds like he's saying pizza when he does his attacks. How can you not like a guy who says pizza? Like, come on. Markoth. I hate this guy. I really do not like this fight. It's very hard, especially in Godhome and Pantheon 5, which is mainly why I hate him. This guy ended so many of my Pantheon 5 runs while I was practicing in that last video. So hard. I hate this guy. He just spams nails, and in the Ascended/Radiant arena, it's basically impossible. To do any damage, you have to tank damage. I hate it. Go die, Markoth. Galleon. This guy's actually kind of cool. I feel like he's just one of the warrior dreams, and they aren't exactly the most interesting. but I feel like he's cool because he's the only boss I can think of that offers like not angry combat. Like he doesn't want to kill you. He's just it's a duel. It's a kindly duel. I like it. Gorb. Ascend with Gorb. No Eyes. This guy's interesting because it's just I don't really like it. It's kind of annoying, really spooky the way it sings. I don't like it. Yeah. Elder Hugh. I do not like this fight. He really annoys me. He just teleports off the screen all the time. He's never really there. And when he is, he's just slamming rings and usually on the other side of the screen. And then he switches to the attack when he's not on screen, when is within reach. It's very annoying. Don't like this fight. Brothers Oro and Mato. This is a fun fight because it's the guys you see a cutscene for when you get the nail arts. How they give you a cutscene, and then you actually basically get to see what happened during that cutscene when you do the Godwin fight. It's a weird fight in the sense that there are two guys and that they kind of like stage up, but I think it's really fun, especially how they use the nail arts. I do kind of wish, and this is just a complaint about the nail arts, specifically the Cyclone Slash, the way that Mato uses the Cyclone Slash and just flies. Don't you wish you could do that? But you can't. You have to just stay on the ground. Why can't you just fly up? That'd be so cool. Paintmaster Shido. Excuse me. Paintmaster Shido. This fight is actually really interesting in that it has very visual telegraphs in the fact that basically you can tell what attack he's about to do by looking at the paintbrush, and you can see what his next attack is going to be based on the color. I think it's a really interesting mechanic, and that's kind of why I like him. It's not especially fun, but that's an interesting mechanic that I like. Great Nail Sage Sly. This is a really fun but hard fight. I think it's really interesting in the fact that it's the only boss with a really small hitbox. You can only hit a tiny amount of him because Sly is really small. But he has this massive nail, so it's not like he can't hit you. And I feel like it really promotes the parry mechanic that they added. It allows you to actually use it, which you really can't do otherwise. Pure Vessel. I'd say this guy's almost tied with NKG. He's really fun. Where NKG is a dance, this guy's a duel. Like, it feels, because he's a vessel, and you're a vessel, it feels like it's a challenge. Like, who's the better vessel? It's a duel. I just really like this fight. I feel like it provides interesting lore, and I just think it's a great fight. Nightmare King Grim. I love this fight. My favorite fight in the entire game. It feels like a dance, but it feels nightmarish. The music just works perfectly. It feels like you're in a nightmare. This guy's shooting burning flames of fear and nightmare, and it's just awesome. It feels so cool. It feels very rhythmic. It's chaotic in a way, but at the same time, once you learn the fight, the rhythm just clicks, and it feels so good. I love this fight. Absolute Radiance. This guy's awesome. It was my last fight, basically. This was my most recent great accomplishment, was beating Pantheon 5. Really hard, as it's supposed to be, and that's why it's good. And then the feeling you get when you get to that final phase and actually beat it, amazing. And when you beat it in Pantheon 5, which I did, it felt so good. My heart was racing, but yeah, good fight.
And with that, this is the completed tier list of every single Hollow Knight boss, in my opinion, from best to worst. I hope you really enjoyed this video. I put a lot of effort and time into this one. I'm really sorry it took me so long to post it. I was learning how to edit it while editing it, and hopefully if I make any more videos like this, I'll avoid making the same mistakes again. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you would. Drop a comment if you want. Like if you want. I hope you enjoyed. Merry Christmas.